Hello and welcome to Midtime Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Lewis Capaldi album, Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent. So as many of you probably know, at least in the UK, he is related to Peter Capaldi, that done the Doctor from Doctor Who. And yeah, he does these sort of poppy ballads and that, and he's been making a lot of the charts around here at least. So I don't know about America, but over here in the UK he is. And yeah, he's just released a whole entire album, his first album, his debut album. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing about this album is it's a very poppy ballad, sort of these love songs and have these pianos and that. And I don't really have a problem with it. It's just that Adele's done it loads of times, as other artists have done the similar sort of thing loads of times, and it's just getting a bit boring and repetitive now, which is a bit annoying because I think that definitely plays out during this album, that it's just already ideas that were already done before. Grace and Bruises were very similar tracks with these sort of very similar chord progressions. I thought it was like a two-part song, it sounded like, but it just didn't really work out well. They just sounded very similar. A lot of the other tracks do sound similar, but they don't take the same chord progressions and stuff like that. But yeah, there's still sort of these piano-y ballads, which you can't really tell much apart. He does have some quite passionate vocal performances throughout the album, where he definitely does sing about what he really likes, but it just gets overpowered by sort of the generic lyrics and generic sort of piano work and generic sort of drums, which I think is another thing. It's lacking drums. I know some tracks are just supposed to be just his voice and the piano, but there's some tracks that could have definitely done well with getting a bit more sort of drums in them, such as Forever and One. And yeah, they just don't feel that in depth. They feel quite shallow. A lot of lyrics are like, oh yeah, she loved me, no break up. And I don't mind that sort of stuff, but it has to be done in a creative way to actually sort of get my appeal now. And it just doesn't seem very creative. It just seems quite boring and quite repetitive, what he's actually saying. And yeah, there's no sort of like structure to it. There might be like the ends tracks, such as Lost in You, Fade and Headspace, which might be a bit of like the aftermath of this relationship that's going on, but it's nothing like too obvious or anything, or too like meaningful. Just say like when I reviewed the Tyler Creator album, it was quite obvious what it was, but it doesn't really feel like that on this album. There's some tracks that are a bit different that aren't piano based, maybe a change a bit more guitar ballady, but most of them do use the piano and use it very similarly. I just got a bit bored of this album, to be honest. It's just didn't really appeal to me. I know that it might appeal to some other people, but overall this isn't a really good album that I don't think I'll be listening to again. So overall I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in 2 days' time. You could say I am uninspired by this album, ha ha ha.